We were just there to have fun. A rock concert. Legendary band. The kind that defined our youth. The energy was electric, but not chaotic. Most of us were in our 40s and older, just vibing to the music that once blasted from cassette tapes in our first cars. No crowd surfing, no chaos, just shared nostalgia and good vibes. I was there with my wife, my best friend, and his wife. The four of us had claimed a decent spot on the floor. Not too close to the speakers, but close enough to feel the bass in our bones. Everyone around us respected space. Smiles were exchanged, some polite nods. It felt safe. Until she showed up. She was in her 20s, clearly younger than the rest of us. You could spot her from across the crowd. High heels at a concert, glitter eyeshadow, and a face twisted into entitlement. Let's call her Miss Chaos. She bulldozed her way through people like she was late to a throne. Elbows flying. No excuse me. Just an annoyed scoff every time someone didn't immediately part for her, like she was Moses splitting the Red Sea. She planted herself right behind me and my wife, muttering loudly, "Why are all the tall people in the front? This isn't fair. I can't see anything." At first, we ignored her. Maybe she was just cranky. Maybe she'd calm down. Nope. She started dancing. If you can even call it that. Wild, spastic movements, arms flailing like she was swatting invisible wasps. She bumped into my wife once, then again, stepped on my shoes. Hard. More than once. Then came the slap. It wasn't deliberate. The first time, she twirled too aggressively, and the back of her hand smacked me right across the cheek. I staggered half a step. I turned to look at her. Nothing. No apology. No acknowledgement. Just more flailing and aloud. Ugh, people are so rude. Okay. Deep breath. I told myself, let it go. It's a concert. She's drunk. Be the bigger man. But then, whack. Again. The edge of her palm caught me square on the jaw as she whipped around to yell at someone else. Harder this time. It stung, and that's when something inside me went click. I didn't shout. I didn't cause a scene. I just slowly turned, scanned her. Her cheap designer purse was hanging low from her shoulder, half open. Her phone sticking out. Lipstick. A pair of sunglasses. A glittery wallet. And in my other hand, a 32-ounce cup of ice-cold beer, still nearly full. That's when the idea bloomed. Perfect. Silent. Ice. She turned to argue with someone again. Something about this crowd being toxic. She was fully distracted. And that purse? Still wide open. I moved like a ghost, leaning in, tilting my cup ever so slightly, and poured, not a splash, a pour, smooth, controlled, right into her purse. The smell of hops and revenge floated up instantly. The women behind us, 3 total strangers, saw it happen. They froze, eyes wide. Then they started laughing silently, giving me thumbs up, and one even mouthed, "Thank you." I took a slow sip from the last of my beer and turned back to the stage. The music raged on, and we waited. About 20 minutes later, it happened. She reached down into her purse, probably to grab her phone and post some dramatic rant about how people ruined her experience. And then squelch! She yanked her hand back like she'd touched acid. Her phone was dripping, her wallet soaked. She screeched, "What the F asterisk asterisk asterisk? Who did this?" She looked around like a bloodhound sniffing for guilt. But no one made eye contact, especially not me. I calmly raised my still half-full beer cup. Let her see it. Untouched, unspilled. She marched off towards security, purse in hand, leaking beer like it was bleeding. We watched her argue with a security guard at the edge of the floor. I could see him glance at her soggy purse, then at her, then shake his head and laugh. Yeah, they weren't buying it. She returned, stomping back through the crowd, dripping with rage and Stella Artois. She stood off to the side for the rest of the concert. Not dancing, not yelling, just seething in soggy silence. But it gets better. After the encore, as we all flooded outside into the night, I saw her again, standing by the curb, alone, purse hanging sadly from her arm. Her phone? Completely dead, destroyed. She was begging random strangers to call her an Uber. Nobody wanted to help. One guy muttered, "That's the chick who was screaming all night." Another woman just laughed and walked past. Me? I just smiled, took my wife's hand, and walked right past her like I'd never seen her before in my life. No words, just silence and satisfaction. I didn't have to yell. I didn't need to insult her. I didn't even need to raise a hand. I just let karma do its thing, with a little help from my beer. She came in with arrogance, ego, and no respect for anyone else's space. She left humiliated, soaked, and alone. And something tells me she'll check her purse before every concert for the rest of her life.